It was supposed to be a moment of pure joy, two best friends celebrating one of life's greatest blessings. But behind the smiles and well-wishes lurked something much darker: jealousy, obsession, and a heart filled with rage. She was supposed to be happy for her best friend, excited for the new life she was bringing into the world. Instead, envy consumed her. The love and happiness her friend had felt like a cruel reminder of everything she lacked, and soon that jealousy turned into something far more dangerous. What started as a deep friendship ended in an unimaginable crime, one that shocked an entire community. A pregnant mother, full of life and dreams for her growing family, became the target of someone she trusted most. But why? What pushed her so far? And how did it all go so terribly wrong? Stay with me as we uncover this chilling true crime story. They had been inseparable for years, laughing through late-night talks, sharing secrets, and standing by each other through life's ups and downs. To everyone around them, their friendship seemed unbreakable, but beneath the surface, cracks had begun to form. As one of them prepared to welcome a baby, the other watched from the sidelines, her own life feeling painfully empty in comparison. She smiled, she congratulated, but inside, resentment grew. It wasn't just about the baby, it was about everything. The happy home, the loving partner, the future filled with promise. It was everything she had wanted but never had. No one saw the warning signs. No one realized that what seemed like support was masking something much darker. The jealousy turned into obsession, and obsession turned into a dangerous thought. If she couldn't have happiness, why should her best friend? What happened next would leave an entire town in shock. As the days passed, her thoughts grew darker. It started with small things: forced smiles, unanswered messages, moments of silence that went unnoticed. She told herself she was just hurt, just struggling to deal with her own emotions. But deep down, she knew it was more than that. She watched her best friend closely, studied her happiness, and memorized every detail of the life she felt she should have had. The warm glow of a mother-to-be, the gentle touches from her partner, the excitement in her voice when she talked about the future, it all became unbearable. Every baby shower gift, every social media post, every joyful moment felt like a personal attack. No one suspected her growing resentment. To the world, she was still the caring best friend, the one always by her side. But inside, her mind was spiraling. And then one day, a thought crossed her mind, one she couldn't shake, a thought that would change everything. She started acting differently, but no one noticed. The jealousy that had once simmered beneath the surface was now controlling her every move. She became more involved in her best friend's life than ever, always checking in, always offering help. But there was something off about the way she looked at her now, something unsettling. The expectant mother, caught up in the excitement of her growing family, never questioned it. She trusted her best friend, never imagining that behind every kind gesture was something much more sinister. The resentment had turned into something dangerous, and in her mind, she had convinced herself that her pain was justified. Then, something shifted. A single moment, a conversation, or maybe just a lingering thought. It was impossible to say. But suddenly, the idea wasn't just a passing thought anymore. It became a plan. And once she set her mind on it, there was no turning back. Just when it seemed like she had made up her mind, something unexpected happened. Her best friend confided in her. There was a moment of vulnerability, a glimpse into the fears and worries that came with becoming a mother. The late-night conversations, the trust, the years of friendship, it all came rushing back. For a brief second, doubt crept in. Could she really go through with this? But then something inside her snapped. Instead of sympathy, she felt anger. How could her friend, who had everything, still have worries and doubts? It felt like a cruel joke. While she sat in the shadows, consumed by jealousy, her best friend still needed more. It wasn't fair. That moment of hesitation only fueled her obsession. Then, another twist. Someone else started noticing. A mutual friend, a concerned family member, a small comment that didn't sit right. Someone was watching, sensing that something was very, very wrong. The night everything changed started like any other. She showed up at her best friend's house, smiling, acting as if nothing was wrong. But inside, her thoughts raced. This was it, the moment she had been waiting for, the moment she had convinced herself was necessary. But then something unexpected happened. That same mutual friend who had sensed something off decided to check in, showing up unannounced. The tension in the room was thick, the energy uneasy. The expectant mother, unaware of the danger she was in, welcomed them both, completely trusting. But the unexpected visitor rattled her so-called best friend, throwing her off course. A conversation started, casual at first, then shifting. The questions became pointed, the mood uneasy. It was as if someone was peeling back the layers of a secret that was never meant to be uncovered. And then in that moment, something slipped. A comment, a glance, something small but undeniable. The best friend's mask cracked, and before she could do anything, before her plan could unfold, the pieces started falling into place. And for the first time, someone else saw the truth, but the real shock. She had no idea that she, too, was being watched all along. The tension in the room was undeniable. The unexpected visitor had unknowingly disrupted something sinister, forcing a moment of clarity. The best friend, who had spent so long masking her resentment, suddenly found herself exposed. And then the questions came, simple at first, but each one pushing closer to the truth. She tried to cover her tracks, but the cracks were too deep. The mutual friend's growing suspicion turned into quiet realization. Something wasn't right, and before she could regain control, the situation had shifted. The trust she once relied on had vanished, replaced by doubt and fear. In the days that followed, whispers spread. The best friend's unusual behavior, the unsettling way she watched, the obsession that had been hiding in plain sight. People finally started connecting the dots. And just like that, the story unraveled. She had been so focused on her jealousy that she never realized one thing: someone had always been watching her too.